Okay guys, what's up? I just wanted to do a quick video about something that I'm working on at the moment. I'm trying to document the way that I'm working a little bit more. So I'm just waiting. I'm just going to record, and my cat, as I start to record, goes, you know what? I'm going to jump on the table. Thanks. Okay. Actually, been a difficult day yesterday. We're like 5 floors up in an apartment in Barcelona, and we have like this beautiful white cat that is kind of hardcore, just sits on the ledge, and for some reason it got spooked and fell. So it fell 5 floors, and is in a kind of a bad way, but you know, she is a badass, like the strongest cat I've ever met. So she's doing okay. She split her tongue badly, broke her palate and stuff, but nothing wrong with the central nervous system, which is 5 floors up. It's just absolutely incredible how they do that. So it was a bit of a difficult time, and we just lost Mango recently. So, but hey, that's how it goes. Bringing this video down. Okay, so I wanted to show you how I was experiencing and documenting some of my work. I have for a long time sort of battled with, if I do a YouTube video, I'm going to talk about some of my results or how I work, and then I'm like, who am I talking to? Like, do you want to know how I do it? Or are you just more interested in other stuff, or maybe not interested at all? And what I'm coming to the realization, I'm not maybe 100% yet, is everyone has a computer. No, I know that for sure. Everyone has this computer, which is their mind. Everyone's struggling with it. No one knows what to do, and no one knows how to use it. So it's a bit like you've got your computer at home. You don't know how to clear the cache. You don't know how to empty the trash. You don't know how to close a web browser once you've opened it. You don't know how to organize things. So your computer, most people's computers are a mess. So I work with like super successful, intelligent people, and they are struggling with their own computer. Now, I'm big into blockchain, decentralization, everything. And so there's this movement, especially with young people, of they want to be more self-governing almost. They want to have their own bank, and they want to be able to resolve their own stuff. So meditation is also on the upswing. Like, people are starting to realize that if you want to be happy, you need to do it's an internal job. But meditation, for me, yeah, it can help, but it's an old tech. It's an old technology that came from a time when we didn't have computers. So I work with I mentioned in another video, I had a friend recently who was going to go to hospital with and probably have surgery on his testicles, and very quickly we hone in on where the weakness is and we clear it, and then he's fine now. So hundreds of stories like that. And what I'm trying to say is that we have this capability within us. We just need to start using it. So in this channel, I'm just going to be saying, look, this is how I work. This is how I use it. I deconstructed someone else's method, and this is what I do, and it works, and it's changed my life, and it changes my client's life. Am I special? No. Can everyone do it? Yes. Are some people better than others? Of course. Look at computers. There are some geeky tech guys that are like just ridiculous with computers. I'm not kind of built that way. You got some people pick up a golf club, and the first time around they're already smashing the ball. They're like made for it. Tiger Woods, not everyone becomes Tiger Woods that starts to learn, but everyone can learn how to play golf. There's a golf club, a golf ball, and there's a golf course. So there's sort of principles. The same goes for this. Everyone's able to do it. It's just some people are going to be more sort of empathetic and better and more sensitive at it. So I have a chart here. I got this from Cam Ewan. I really find it useful. Thanks Dr. Ewan for putting this together, because it's brilliant. This is what I use when I'm working with a client who is not able to even like realize that changes are happening. Their computer's so screwed. They're like totally caught in their story. and they're not able to see changes and stuff. Or if someone's still having problems in a certain area, this is what I want to look at. And it's good to look at it for yourself as well, because in my experience, everyone has a certain tendency on this hexagon. So if we look here, we have, this is called mishap. So when you've got mishaps in your life, there's going to be something from here kind of causing it. So let's break it down. So it's a hexagon, so there's 6 things. Now, first thing I'm going to look at is misfitting. Now, misfitting is when there's a weakness, so you're either strong or weak to something, and this can be felt from your internal GPS. You need some internal physiological sensitivity for doing this. So you need to experience it and practice it, just like Josh Waitzkin talked about in his book. Can't remember the name of the book, The Art of Learning, I think. He talked about internal physiological sensitivity. So you have to work at it. You can't just go, oh no, it doesn't work. No, you have to work at yourself, just like anything. It's like those people who are testing wine. You don't just go up to a glass of wine and go, no, I can't taste what they're talking about. They're full of shit. No, they've worked, well, actually, some of them might be a little bit, but they've worked at it, right? There's so much sensitivity in the palate. And the same goes for this internal ability to feel strong or weak energy. See, the strong or weak, on or off, yeah? So misfitting is slowness, misguidance, and wrong answers. I need to drink more coffee this morning. So slowness, wrong answers, misguidance. I might edit that out, but I might be just lazy, just leave that in, just show that you don't always know the answers. Then we have mistaken identity. So mistaken identity is when you have a sensation, you think it's an emotion, or it's a triad formed of emotions, sensations, and reactions. So I have one client who reacts to other people's emotions and then feels a sensation in their own body and then gets emotional about it. So you kind of mistakenly identify where the actual thing is coming from. That's a problem for some clients. Then we have the mind, and you know, the mind is made up of this triad of your thinking, that can be overthinking, negative thinking, positive thinking, or emotions, and then your feeling. Now, when I'm looking at someone, they need to be able to separate their emotions from their thinking, and they need to be able to separate their feeling from their emotions and their thinking, because feeling is your internal GPS. If you feel your emotions, you lose your GPS and you're lost. So when a client is like, oh, you like need to separate that out. Let's get really precise and more like a computer when we're using the mind. Then we have false tools. These are things like shutting down, suppression, numbing, denial, lying. And you know, if someone's using those too much, it's going to get in the way. So you want to be strong to them. You also need to be okay with using them as well. Misinformation. Misinformation is when you're given information that's not correct for you. It happens all the time. You get it from experts, like there's religious misinformation, you know, your own misinformation, collective family, ancestors that have held on to that information. So for instance, I mean, this happened hundreds of times, but I remember this Scottish guy who had tennis elbow, and I was working with him, and then he said, yeah, I was told this and this about it. And so that was misinformation. It was weakening him. So I strengthened him to that information that hit him via voice and gone into his body and strengthened him, and immediately the tennis elbow was gone. True story. Crazy, I know, but that's you always got to look at misinformation. I had another client actually who was told he'd probably have to have surgery again. It was a career-ending. He's an athlete, career-ending injury. And I looked at it, and there was a lot of anger with the medical team, and he was weak to their misinformation, misdiagnosis. I strengthened him to the anger, strengthened him to that misinformation, and his knee pain was gone, and he went on to do very well, and played another, I don't know, 4 years. A bit more money for him, yeah. That was going to end his career. These things need to be taken into account, I'll tell you that. One day will be part of medical care in sport, but we're way off that. And then there's misinterpretation, which is a real nasty one. So when I have a client that misinterprets, it's things like same, not the same, different, not different, changing, not changing, perception, no perception. So what that means is there may be a change, and it flips on their computer and their perception that it didn't change, or they're weak to being different or not different. So they go, oh, it's not different, or oh, is that different? No, it's not different. So what it does is it imprisons them in their perception. They never change. That's a really bad one. And I have a client at the moment who's very, very, he wants to check out, and he's got that going on. So we're having to keep that strong every day. So those are the 6 things that I look at when when I want to kind of ensure results, or when results are sort of not happening. It's a really cool one. What you can do for yourself is you get in touch. You get in touch with your midline or your torso. If you haven't done it before, you have to be nice and quiet, and then you say the words, or in your head, and you see in your torso if, for me, I feel strong up here, strong, and then I get a drop when I say a word. It's sort of like a sinking feeling. Boom. So, for me, I'm strong to them, but with a client, I just go, boom, drops. Okay, I need to strengthen that one, mind. And so you can check with yourself, keep them strong. I won't go into the shape, but the shape has its own energy, and that needs to be strong as well. But just for the meantime, you need to be strong to those 6, and that'll have a huge impact on your life. Please, if you like the video, smash the like button. Subscribe to my channel. That'd be so that you can receive these videos when I'm doing them. I'm trying to do a lot more now. And if you have any questions about this, please feel free to ask. I'll be answering below. And thanks so much.